Hey guys, Frank here. Welcome back to the Stargazer Man channel. Today I'm reviewing the Neewer LT38, a carbon fiber travel tripod that Neewer sent me to try out. And as any astrophotographer or photographer knows, there's that old saying, your setup is only as good as its weakest link. And more often than not, the weakest link is the tripod or the mount. It's the foundation of your rig, and if it's not up for scratch, then it doesn't matter how much money you spend on the camera, the tracker, or the scope. So in this video, I'm going to unbox and give you my first impressions. I'll go through the build quality and its features. I'll test in real-world astro conditions, including long exposures, and I'll see if it really hits that balance of being lightweight, compact, but stable enough for serious astrophotography. Okay, let's get into it. This tripod can support up to 22 pounds or 10 kg, which is a serious amount of weight for something this compact. It's more than enough for a full frame camera with a heavy lens, a star tracker, or even a small scope. So first impressions is it's very well boxed and protected. Comes in, which I wasn't expecting, a nice little carry case. And the case itself feels very good quality, and it's actually padded as well, which is a nice bonus. So it looks like you just get the instructions and 3 hex bolts in a little plastic pouch. This is pretty cool actually. A lot of the time you'll get little plastic bags with those tie wraps, and invariably you'll just lose these over time. I like what they've done here. It's a fairly sturdy, kind of heavy plastic button pouch, which you can just keep inside in the bag. Very handy for travel, etc. Because last thing you want when you're traveling is to suddenly realize that you need a hex bolt that comes with the product that you bought. So, and again, very nice feature. Okay, so my immediate impressions is that this is a superior quality product. I wasn't I realized what the weight was before I got it, but I'm actually surprised with how lightweight it is. Again, we're going to do the full test later on, put it through its paces and see how it performs. But just the initial test, the carbon fiber build quality, and really just the overall feel of the product, it feels very sturdy and very well made. So this tripod has a 5-section leg with 4 spring-loaded clips, very easy to open and close. The movement is smooth, doesn't seem to be much play or rattling between each of the sections, which is a very good sign. And again, any of you astrophotographers out there that know the pain of breaking down gear after a long night, especially when you're cold, the speed at which you can actually break down your gear, it really helps. And it looks like these spring-loaded locking clamps are going to help with that. So I've noticed that the locking mechanisms feel slightly loose, but having read the instruction manual, I can see they say that you can use the hex key to adjust the locking force of the tripod legs, and with just a slight adjustment you can actually make this feel a lot more secure. So before I talk about the provided ball head, I just want to show you also the positions that the tripod legs can extend to. So you've got a high position here, and then there is an arrow on the side which indicates that you push in and pull down to then bring the leg out until it clicks, and that's the mid position. And I'll do that on the other 2 legs now. And then the lower position for your macro shots, etc. Again, it's a simple push and pull to get you out to the maximum position that the legs can extend to. And so the central pole, this is adjusted by this nut here. Feels very sturdy. The locking mechanism is, oh, that's interesting. So actually that's something to note. So on some tripods, when you open these bolts, the bolt will actually come out. It looks like this just won't come out, which is great, because sometimes it's happened when I'm out in the field where I'm loosening something and the bolt will just drop onto the ground, and you may or not be lucky enough to find it. So that just feels like a really nice, thoughtful feature. You can obviously raise this up or down depending on the angles that you want. And what you'll notice as well is on the bottom that there is a little hook. And this is generally, if you want to have extra stability, you can hang weights from the bottom of the tripod to give that extra sturdiness. And actually, again, this usually is a plastic piece which can break. And as you can see, this is actually metal, which is really, really, again, just a nice surprise, and just really good quality build. You can also reverse this if you want to. So I'm just going to take the bottom off. I'm going to slide it out. I'm going to remove the ball head, and then you can get the central pole in upside down and reattach your hook. If you like to stop it from falling through, you can do your reverse setup for macro shots or whatever orientation that is right for you. All right, so getting around to the provided tripod head, which really looks like a very nice ball head. Build quality feels excellent. These nuts don't come out, which is great. The markings on them are quite large and easy to read, which again is actually something that does matter, especially in the dark with astrophotography. It's very hard sometimes to see some of these markings. And they have another marking for locking and unlocking, which surprisingly at nighttime does help, because sometimes you use so much equipment that you forget which is which, but it's marked on here so you don't unintentionally loosen something, especially if you're in the middle of shooting. The ball head itself is larger than I expected, and better quality than I expected again. I'll test it later, but this just feels like it's going to be a breeze to use. And the locking mechanism feels super sturdy. If I tighten it up once more, I don't want to over tighten it right now, but I'm putting a good bit of pressure on this and it's just not budging. The ball head is Arca-Swiss compatible, but it also supports Peak Design capture clip V3 plates, which means if you're using the Peak Design system on your backpack, you can go straight from the strap to the tripod without changing anything. It's a small feature, but it's super useful if you're shooting on the move. I've got a few other ball heads here for comparison, just so that you can see the size and the features on the newer one. Now, there are plenty of ball heads out there, and it's really important to make sure that whatever one you go for is actually strong enough to hold the weight of your camera gear, and that the locking mechanisms are tight and reliable. So it's really good that this ball head in particular is matching the build quality of the tripod legs themselves. So the ball on the newer ball head is actually quite large, and it uses a central clamping mechanism to hold the ball in place rather than relying on two separate tension levers like the others. And that makes it quicker and simpler to adjust, especially in the dark. It also has extra 1/4-inch mounting holes on the side for attaching accessories like magic arms, phone clamps or lights, etc. And again, just for comparison in terms of size, you have a cheap tripod on the left hand side, about $20, $30, and I have my kind of go-to tripod, which is my kind of mid-priced Manfrotto. Okay, so that's the first look. It is definitely lightweight, compact, I know for a fact it would fit into my backpack and my carry-on. So very promising, but let's test it out tonight under the stars. Okay, let's quickly talk about price. So at the time of this video, the Neewer LT38 tripod typically sells for around $200 in the US and 230 to 260 euro in Europe. Though I've seen it go for as high as 330 depending on where you buy it. So definitely shop around. Use any of the links that you can use that I will provide in the descriptions below. It also helps to support the channel, and always keep an eye out for promotions on the Neewer website itself. I've actually bought plenty of products from Neewer over the years, and I've always managed to snipe a good deal with them just by keeping an eye on the codes. So for testing, I started with this straightforward setup using the included ball head and my Sony a7S paired with a wide angle lens. Total weight was around 2.5 pounds or 1.2 kilograms. The wind picked up a bit during the shoot, which turned out to be helpful. I could really get a feel for how the tripod handled less than ideal conditions. I ran a series of 30-second exposures and I had zero issues with vibration or camera shake. It held firm the entire time. Then I moved on to my typical long exposure astrophotography setup. Same Sony camera and wide angle lens, but now mounted on a tracker and a V plate, including the LT38 ball head and also a leveling base. To mount the ball head onto the Move Shoot Move V plate, I needed to use a 3/8 to 1/4 adapter screw to get the thread to fit. It's not included in the box, but really should be, especially since they already give you 3 hex keys, etc. It's a cheap little part, but it makes the whole system much more flexible. As I mentioned earlier, I use the Neewer leveling base for this setup. It's a small accessory, but it makes a big difference, especially when you're working with trackers or doing panoramic work. Instead of fiddling with the legs to adjust the height, you can fine-tune the level with one hand using the adjustment rings. It's quick, precise, and saves a ton of time, especially in the dark. I honestly use it nearly every setup now, whether I'm doing astrophotography, time lapses, or even just regular video work. It's become an essential part of my kit. So here I'm setting up the Move Shoot Move wedge, then the tracker, and finally the Neewer ball head on top. With the Astro rig like this, vibration is the enemy. Any flex or wobble will ruin tracked exposure, and part of the challenge is that these setups usually have high center of gravity and a decent amount of weight pressing down on the tripod. But in this case, the LT38 felt rock solid. No movement, no flex in the legs, and the test shots confirmed it. Stars were sharp, no drift, no shake. Exactly what you want when tracking the night sky. So this is where I'd normally compare the product to something high-end, but truth is I've never used a high-end $800, $1,000 carbon fiber tripod. What I can say though is that unless that higher end option is offering something truly outstanding, something I've just never had the privilege to experience, I can't see why I'd spend that kind of money, especially when this does such a solid job. I'll definitely be bringing this tripod on all my future astrophotography travels and hikes. It ticks all the boxes for me: lightweight, compact, stable, and versatile. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, clear skies, and keep looking up.